Alright, hey, Hades Mega here, and so this is the next part of Hades Mega's winter build video. So in the last video we went over putting different shoes on the new Dorado fork, right? And we found out like pretty much every wheel Hades Mega has or tire will fit this fork. This fork is pretty badass, alright? It opens up a lot of possibilities for different setups is what I'm going to say, okay? So in this video, we're going to go install a wheel, all right? Or we're gonna get the brakes set up on this bike, all right? I don't know how the brakes install on this guy, and we're gonna install this boost spacer, all right? It's a disc brake spacer. So the reason you need to use this is because this has like a 20mm boost setup or something, and I believe what that means is the hubs. It's designed for a bike with bigger hubs, all right? Is what it is. And so if the hub is bigger, the brake rotor is going to stick out a lot more, so a little more. So in this case, it's like 5mm. Okay, I think it's like this adds like about 5mm. We'll take one out. We'll take it out and then we'll measure it. All right, and we'll take a look at this a little more closely. So we're going to install this, at least one of them. All right, and then we're going to go, and then we'll go mount the wheel back on, and then we'll mount the disc brake caliper. Okay. That's the last thing to really do with the fork, and then it's like done, all right? Besides the headlight, all right? But that's kind of like a separate thing, you know? Okay, so yeah, if you want to learn how to install a headlight on your Manitou Dorado front forks, check that video out, but that'll be a future video. All right, Hades Mega's got a bunch of goodies here on the trunk of his Honda Super Cub. All right, we're going to take a look at them real quick. Okay, because we're going to install them all. Let's just kind of take them all out. So this is it's his kit brake disc spacer. It's from Manitou, all right? This actually came with the fork, all right? That's what it's called, a boost spacer. All right, I heard it's like, it spaces the rotor 5mm out, okay? Because like the hubs are different. All right, so let's go measure this one real quick. All right, there you go, 5mm. It's made out of aluminum, and so I could not find this. You cannot buy this from Hayes. I guess Hayes Engineering is the one that sells the forks in the U.S. And I couldn't find this spacer. All right, you can't buy these from Manitou, unfortunately. I even like look up that number. All right, see this number here, 141-30694-kilo013. Yeah. I looked that up and I couldn't find anywhere you can buy this. So, all right, but it consists of some longer bolts. All right, they're Allen head bolts, and then the spacer itself. Okay, you're gonna need longer bolts because obviously the spacer takes up 5mm. All right, so what I had to do, since Hades Mega has more than one wheel, is I had to buy another spacer, and I couldn't buy it from Manitou, so I had to buy it from Amazon is where I bought it from. All right, so that's it right there. It's so much smaller though. Yeah, I hope this does the trick. Okay, but there it is. There's the two of them right there. Let's go measure the thickness of this one. It should be 5mm. All right, you can get them in different sizes too. So there you go, 5mm. All right, why is it doesn't go to 0? I don't know. Okay, now it's 5. See, it's 5 right on the money. Alright, the bolt patterns line up. They're both aluminum. And this one is just much thinner than this. I would have liked to buy this one, alright? So this one I will probably put on my track wheels, since that's going to see the hardest braking, okay? Maybe it's not a big All right. Oh, so here's a problem. This doesn't have all the screws for the brakes. What's up with that? There's only 2 here. Okay, and I don't know what these are for. It's supposed to go in the center or something? Yeah, I don't know what this is. It's kind of odd. Alright, well, yeah, I don't have all the screws for it, for one thing. That sucks. So, what's the deal with that? So I'm not really happy with this kit here. Okay, I found this kit on Amazon. That's where I found it. All right, I'll put a link in the description where I found it. But like, they seem to be like the most cost-effective one. All right. Aha! So now I did buy 2 of them. All right, and the other one has the right amount of screws in it. So I don't know, for whatever reason, this one doesn't have the right amount of stuff in it. All right. It's still got these 2 round things. I don't know what it is. And then there's the screws over here. Oh, and these are Torx bits. Alright, these aren't Allen. Yeah, if I could find where to buy this, I would buy this. Alright, in my opinion, this is higher quality than this right here. Okay. Yeah, I like this better. It looks stronger, looks better, and it has the right screws in it. Okay, and then we got this in here. Alright, let's open this up. Okay, so this is the hardware package from Thing, alright? From Manitou for the fork. Alright, and this has all the brake mounting stuff on it, I guess. Okay. It comes with a improperly installed components can be dangerous. Alright, so this is the only manual that I've seen that comes with this fork, and it's just some kind of a URL for the warranty. Yeah, I'm not really happy with what you get, you know, with this. They already assume that you know what you're doing, type of thing. All right, which I don't. All right, but this is the service house guide with screws. All right, so there's the screws right there. All right, and I guess this is supposed to mount the brake rotor, or the brake line. I think. We'll find out. Alright. But anyway, the first thing we'll do is we'll install this spacer, alright? We'll install it on one of my supermoto wheels. Alright. Okay, Hayes Vega was trying to take this off with the sprues, and I broke it already. Damn it. What did you do, Hayes Vega? Dadgummit. Well, yeah, it's already broken already. Hopefully that's all I need. But yeah, I don't know what the rest of this is. I should have used some cutters. Dadgummit. All right. So also, what I noticed this is a Sag Adjustment Tool, or is what it is. All right. So if you look here, this tells you the sag target. All right. So you want to get your bike within this window right here when you sit on it. All right, and you want it to sag that much. It's pretty easy to do because it's got the little rubber band that's around the stanchion. All right, all you got to do is sit on it, and but we'll do that once the bike's all set up. All right, or when we got to set the bike up, type of thing. Okay, that's what I noticed this is for. All right, but I think this is the important part, which I broke. This is supposed to hold the brake line on, huh? Okay. Okay, so another thing we have to worry about is this little adapter thingy here. Okay. So this is supposed to mount on the fork, all right? Now the fork looks a little different. The fork looks a lot different. Well, probably because it's a right side up fork. I don't know if we have to use this or not, because the fork already lines up on it, but maybe we do. I'm not sure. Let's just go ahead and install it and see if it lines up. All right. So that's gonna go. All right. So yeah, it's gonna go right there is where it's gonna go. Okay. Okay, so that's what we got to do. We got to mount that caliper onto that on the fork, and then we've got to add those spacers to the wheels, and then I think we'll be done. Oh yeah, and then we have to clamp it. Okay, and then we'll have to clamp it to the fork right here. Okay, and I think it's got to go through the fork guard too. All right, see that little thing that's on top there? Right here. All right. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go install this spacer on the brake disc here. All right, so this is my 3-po front rotor that I use for my supermoto wheels. They've had a lot of action, as we'll say. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and take this off, and we're gonna put the spacer on. All right, so if you remember correctly, it's this and then the longer screws that's gotta go on. Okay. And you use I guess we're gonna use a T25 Torx to get it off. Okay, I'm gonna use this ratchet first to break it loose. Does it have the torque spec on this? Yes, yes it does. Get the torque spec right off of the rotor as soon as we break these free. A little dirty because I think we raced in the dirt with this. Alright, I got my handy dandy tool here. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna get my wheel stand. Probably make this easier. So it's got a Loctite or a thread locking compound on it. That's why it's kind of hard to get out. So last thing you want is your brake rotor coming off when you're braking real hard, you know. It's like stuck on there. Oh, there's still one more. Surprise! I'm a kind of a fan of this rotor. I like it. It's cheap and it works well. Okay, so this is a 203mm floating rotor. Okay, let me get my wheel stands. Okay, so I'm gonna go and clean this hub up a little bit. All right, it looks fine to me, but okay. Okay, so I've got the goods all assembled. Here's the new screws. I don't know what we're gonna do about the missing ones for the other one. I could go find some new screws. I can't believe they only gave me 2 out of the 6, right? Put those aside. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put the spacer on. I wish the spacer was a little bit bigger. Not gonna lie. All right, now we're gonna put the rotor over the spacer. Let me clean that up a little bit too. That Redding kart track dust on it, you know. Okay. Let's try to line it up as best as we can. This has already got the locking compound on it, so I don't need to add any. Let's maybe put 3 of them on first. I don't know if this is going to make the rotor weaker. I would think it might, because it's not sitting up against the hub flush like it's supposed to, you know? I don't know if it has any kind of play on it. I think maybe that's fine. Alright, have at it. You definitely need the longer screws. I'm just going to put it on lightly first. Yeah, if I can find the Manitou adapter kit, I will buy some more. I'm kind of not happy with this one, but it's the only one I could find, and it's like the most. It was inexpensive, and it came with everything already. So. This one's not even in all the way. It's giving me a hard time going in. Okay, now we're going to get our torque wrench out. I've already got it set for like around 6 or 7 Newton meters, all right? That's what it says on the rotor right here, so that's what we're going to use. Okay, and then we're going to go in a star pattern, and then I'm going to go in a circular pattern after. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
5 and 6. Okay, and then I'm going to go in a circle. Just make sure we didn't miss any. Sometimes I do. Okay, spacer's installed. Should be pretty strong. Let me take a look at the side profile. Yeah, looks so good. Looks alright. Let's take a look. Okay, there it is. There's a close-up. It's pretty bling bling with those bolts. And then there's the back side. I know it's kind of hard to see. There it is. You can you'll barely make it out. But it's there. Okay. All right. So the spacer is installed. Now we got to go install the caliper. All right. Okay, we're gonna go put this adapter here. I don't know if we need to use it or not, but I guess we'll find out when we put the wheel on. So it was installed like this on the other bike, on the other fork. All right. So that's what we're gonna go do. And I guess it's installs at 15 Newton meters. At least that's what the caliper does, installed at. So I think that's what we'll do for this. I'm gonna stick this in here. Lines up perfectly. This looks like it sticks out a whole lot already. So I don't know. I don't know if this is proper. We'll find out. I don't know if you have to use this or not, alright guys. So Megan's just going to put it on first, and then we'll see what happens when I put the wheel on. Alright, and then we're going to move the caliper kind of the way we're going to install it. I don't think this brake is long enough. Yeah, it doesn't reach. It's not long enough. Uh-oh. We got a problem here. I don't think it's got to be installed with this spacer. Let's try it without the spacer first. All right, we'll figure out the routing later. Let's just see if this works first. I don't know. I don't think it's supposed to have the spacer on there. It looks like it's already spaced really wide. The RST fork, the mount was like really right up on the fork. This one is like it's at a distance, so I don't think this is how it's supposed to be. Okay, here we go. Got my wheel here. Stick it in here. See if it lines up. It does. So maybe you are supposed to use that bracket. Nope, no, it doesn't. It's too far. I don't know. Let's see. Let's put the axle in first. Okay. And the axle in there. Okay. Let's see what it looks like. Sorry, I'm still getting used to installing this wheel. The RC fork was really easy to install. This one not so much. All right, I think it's fine. Yeah, it looks fine. Let's see. Is it the right alignment? No, it's not. Okay, see how much it sticks out? Yeah, it's hardly touching it. I don't think we need this adapter. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and uninstall it. I guess we can do it with the wheel on there. All right, yeah, it's hardly touching it. Let's go to the other side. Okay, as you can see, yeah, it's only touching like a quarter of the rotor. So that's no good. Okay, I'm pretty sure we got to take that off. Okay, right. So what I thought is true. We don't need to have that adapter on there, so I'm going to go ahead and remove it. Well, it's a lot harder to remove with the wheel on there. Yeah, let me just take the wheel off again. Dadgummit. Alright. It's okay, man. I didn't know if it was supposed to be on there or not, and apparently it doesn't, so that's fine. Get the feeling I should probably change these bolts. But every time I change wheels, I always have to realign this thing. I did notice that, yeah, you could install it without that adapter, so that's, oh, I think I'm gonna route it the way I had it before. Okay, the Dorado's got this little screw thing here, and then you can put this right here. I think it goes like that. All right, I think that should be fine. I don't know why so there's a spacer, all right? There's two spacers. All right, there's these guys. You can add these here if you want to space this out more. Why you got to space it out more, I don't know. All right, and remember, if you remember correctly, I broke this in the beginning, so I don't know. I don't know if it works properly anymore, so I think it's fine. It's just supposed to go like that, okay? So I think that's how we're going to install it. I guess you can pick any hole. Let's pick this one. Okay, if you look down here, you got another place to put some brake stuff. So let's put that first. All right, so I think it's going to go up like this, and it's going to go behind this thing here. I don't really know how this works though. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to install it. The brake line through this guy on the fork guard. All right, so it's got to be in there so it moves up and down. All right, it's got to move up and down because this whole thing moves up and down. All right, and the brake is clamped to it, so it's gonna slide. This is gonna slide in there. Okay. Okay, so you got to take the little retainer out. All right, the little horseshoe guy, and what you could use is a pick or like a screwdriver to get it out. What you got to do is spread it. You got to spread it out because it's like clamped like this. Okay, so stick something in there, or you can go behind it, pull it out. Okay, this one side, this other side. I feel like I'm breaking it every time I do it. Alright, and then you're going to want to route the brake line in there, and then stick the horseshoe in there, okay? And it's got to go like straight down. Okay, there it is. And so this is gonna go up and down like that, okay? All right, now we're gonna go install the top one. So I guess they got two different screws. There's a long one and a short one, okay? If you use the spacers, then you gotta use the long one, I guess, but we're gonna use the short one. Okay. Stick that through there, and then you're gonna put the brake in there. Brake line. And I think it's a 2mm, 2.5mm. All right, there is an actual torque spec for this, but I'm just gonna snug it. All right, it's very minuscule. Okay, make sure it's good and tight. Make sure this is tight. Okay, and then that's gonna move up and down like that. I hope. Yeah, it's pretty tight. I wish I had a little more extra brake line. Okay, for the most part, it's done. Okay, I'm gonna snug these down just a teeny bit. Well, maybe not too much. Just enough where we can move it around because we still need to adjust it. Too tight. Okay. Okay, let's get it on there loosely. Now let's go install the wheel. I think we're done with the brakes. All right, let's see. Here goes. Okay, you can't really see what's going on too well from over here, but if we go over here, okay, if we go over here, it looks like it's perfect. All right, it's centered on the brake rotor perfectly. Okay, so you don't need to use that adapter anymore. Like it's I thought, like this thing sticks out like a whole lot. So, all right, and the nice thing is it's a radial mount. All right. Okay. Let me get the bike up on the stand higher. Man, this is such a long fork. When I think about it. Okay, but yeah, there we go. It's perfect. Yeah, so it's nice you don't have to have that adapter anymore. You just mount it straight on there and it should be perfect already, right? You don't have to use that goofy RST adapter. Alright, Hazmig here, and we're going to go torque all this stuff. Let's go do it. Okay, so the nice thing about these forks is that pretty much all the fasteners are 5 millimeters, alright? So that'll do the trick right there. Okay, so how do I know what the torque is? Well, it says it right on this axle end cap right here, okay? I know it's funny, like on the RST fork, the end cap or the plug is on the other end. So Hazmig is still trying to get used to this. So let's say, alright? Anyway, it says here 12 to 15 newton meters. I read in the manual that the pinch bolts are like 12.4 newton meters, so I'm just going to torque everything to 12, alright? So 12 to 15 we'll use the lower end of the spectrum. Alright, so I guess you tighten this first and then the pinch bolts. Alright, so I got it set at 12 newton meters. Okay, that's good there. Tighten the pinch bolts. Okay, unfortunately, oh, okay, good. There's barely enough room to do it. Okay, we want to do it like one at a time. I kind of don't like this system. Okay, there's one. Okay, there's two. Okay, and then we're going to go torque the right side. I guess it doesn't really matter what order you do it in. Yeah, removing the wheels is kind of a chore on this fork. I kind of don't like it. I'm gonna miss the RST, how easy it was to take the wheels off. Okay, that's one. That's two. It's a good thing to hold the handlebar to keep it from moving. Okay, there we go. Now we got to do the brakes. Okay, so before we do anything else, I just want you guys to take a look at the spacing for the rotor, alright? So you see how we have to use the spacer to push it out 5 millimeters, and then it lines up perfectly. Alright. I know it's kind of hard to get a video shot of it, but yeah, it is lined up perfectly right now. Okay. Okay, sorry my stand is not cooperating right now, but I can spin the rotor just fine. Okay, remember it's a floating rotor, so it's never going to really align perfectly, alright? Alright, I'm going to go give it some brake. Okay, brakes work. Okay, and then I'm going to go tighten it a little bit. Okay, I got my hand on the brake. I'm going to go tighten this ever so slightly. Okay, let's go spin it again. Still making a lot of noise. Let me see what's going on here. Sometimes you kind of have to like manually adjust it. I think it's fine. Okay. Give it a couple pumps. Okay guys, there it is. I finally finished installing it. There it is. Manitou Dorado Expert installed on my Sauron Lightbee MX. Alright. So I guess this is going to be the last video for it. No. Okay, well, the next video will be, we'll focus on installing the headlight, alright? Put all the stuff back on the handlebars, basically. But for the most part, we're done installing the fork, alright? So I just want to make some closing notes here. Alright, I had to install it in the 27.5 inch configuration, all right, or else this wouldn't fit, all right. But it fits perfectly, all right. So the 27.5 inch configuration is what you want, all right. It looks like we can use these bumpers, all right. If not, I'll have to take them off or cut them off or whatever. Here's one of them. I moved them down a little bit, so this is the way it works. Let's see, it kind of bumps into the fork. What I might want to do is maybe twist this outward a little bit so we get a little more steering, okay. But I didn't have that before because I had the headlight brackets, all right, these guys. All right, so there it is. It's got full motion. It's pretty smooth. Maybe I might have to tighten it up in the near future because that's what happens. You kind of have to tighten it up as you ride along. Okay, just the wheel. That's this right now. We got the Supermoto wheel on there, so this is like the smallest wheel that we'll have on here. Yeah, plenty of room. Like I said, we checked in the last video like how much room everything has, and everything Hades Omega has clears. Okay, there's plenty of room from here. So I'm planning to go up to like a 90. Yeah, a 90 front, and I think it'll be fine. It may touch these guards here. Maybe I'm not 100 on that. It's really close, but I think it's okay. If it touches the guards, it's okay. But it's gonna go forward, right? So it may damage the guard. Okay. All right, and then in this video, this particular video, we installed the brake line. All right, so the brake line is routed through here. I think you're supposed to have that flat part. It's supposed to be on the back of this or something. I'm not 100 on it, but I think that it'll work fine the way it is right now. Okay. Yeah, and then it loops through here, and then this is supposed to all slide. All right, at least I think it is. So we'll compress the suspension when I get the whole bike back together. Okay. All right, and then yeah, so there it is. That's what the Supermoto wheel. We did not have to use this bracket that was on the RST fork, and it mounts straight to the post that's on the Dorado fork already. So that's nice. And then we had to use that boost spacer. We had to move the rotor out 5 millimeters. All right, and the one that I bought from Amazon looks like it works fine. Okay, but honestly, I like the Dorado one better, the Manitou version. This one is a lot nicer looking. Okay. All right, there are these little spacers for the little clamp here, but I don't think I need to use them. I think this is fine. Okay. All right, there it is. It's installed, guys. Hades Mega's excited. This is the major upgrade for Hades Mega's winter build, so I'm pretty excited about it. And then the next stuff is we got to get the wheels done. All right, I got a bunch of different wheel setups to do. I'll go over that when we get there, like that slick tire over there. And then yeah, and then we got to get the wheels and the drivetrain all on there. And then yeah, we're pretty much done. The next thing we got to do is we got to install the headlight though. So we're going to install a new headlight setup for this because these are a thicker fork than these. I can't use these brackets. Okay, so that's why we're going to go with a new setup. All right, so look forward to that. If you want to learn how to install a cafe racer style headlight on your Sur-Ron Light B with a Manitou Dorado fork, then check that video out. All right, we'll be installing that headlight that's over there. And yeah, man, it looks great, man. It fits the bike really well. It's got that kind of black and gray look. I was hoping the letters would be white, but the lettering and all the graphics and stuff are gray. It matches my bike. My bike is gray, so it's black and gray. I like the way it turned out. All right, the wheels are black and it's got a gray sticker around it too. It looks really nice. Okay, so all right, yeah, I would say we're about 75% there with everything. I just got to get the wheels all squared away, and then I can get my bike back on the road. Oh yeah, we got to put the new turn signals on also. So we'll be doing the headlights and the turn signal in the next episodes. All right. Thanks for watching. There it is, Manitou Dorado Expert. So excited. And also, oh yeah, we'll probably have, once I get the bike back together again finally, I'll have a video on how to set up the fork and probably the rear shock. All right, so yeah, we're gonna have to tune all that stuff up before we start riding it. Okay, so and that's what this guy's for. Okay, this sets the sag for it. So thus ends the Manitou Dorado installation saga. Now we just got to add stuff to it. All right, here's Mig out. Thanks for watching. Hope you learned something. Also, another things we got to do is we got to add the spacer to the other wheels. All right, so the spacer we got to put on this. All right, well, the other one, and then for the racing wheels, I'm going to use the Manitou one because it's beefier. Okay, but I'll have a separate video on how I'm going to make a new set of wheels for my bike. All right, I got some crazy setup, but I'm running out of money, basically. All right.